Okay, and we're off. So something to note a little bit is the damage boosting in this game works differently. I don't think we really talked about damage boosting that much in Ninja Gaiden 1, but specifically in this game, it doesn't slow down your horizontal movement at all. So you don't suffer any speed penalties from damage boosting. Something interesting is that pretty much every wall in this game is like a ladder in the first game. You can climb up and down any wall without having to wall jump. However, it's actually faster to wall jump as you're climbing up the walls in this game as well. If you slash your sword while you're climbing up, it's hard to explain why, but it pushes you back towards the ladder a little bit faster. And each time you do it, it pushes you up a few pixels, allowing a slightly faster climb. Unfortunately, Ohon wasn't able to get the really quick kill on the first boss, but it's a very precise sequence of inputs. And it does save like half a second. Moving into 2-1, this is a neat stage because the entire stage can be done without stopping. And it's just about memorizing enemy positions and, of course, which items to pick up. Very action-packed stage. He made the Ohon mistake. That's funny. So you'll see the little orange guys running around behind Ryu. Those are the shadow clones. I think there's a few different names for them, but essentially they just lag behind your movements, but they attack at the same time you do, and they use the same ninjutsu that you do. This is important because by default, all ninjutsu only does 1 damage against bosses. But by having 2 guys, you can do 3 damage per attack. So it's important to keep all of your shadow clones until the end of every stage. Ohon picked up the first scroll here, giving him an additional 10 maximum ninpo. By reaching the section as fast as possible, you can cross that gap with the wind going in your direction. If he does this jump precisely, he'll be able to grab the ladder from the inside, and he did. Very nice. A 2:10, almost a 2:11, is a very solid 2-2 time. Okay, he defeated Spider-Man. You'll notice while he was using his Art of the Firewheel right there, he'll jump at specific times in order to cancel the 20-frame cooldown of throwing the Arts of the Firewheel, allowing him to throw them slightly faster. But it's extremely precise. You want to make sure you don't attempt to throw another one until all of the previous ones are off the screen. Unlike Ninja Gaiden 1, this one introduces a lot of different mechanical stage hazards, I guess, that just kind of change up the difficulty of the platforming. In 3-1, it's this darkness mechanic. Luckily, you can still kind of see the background and use those trees as visual cues for jumping. And 3-2 has the Ninja Gaiden 2 song. This is a very fun stage to speedrun as well. Lots of sword climbing right there. Ohon does it very well and very fast. It's extremely hard to do that, especially because if you mess it up and accidentally throw a ninjutsu, you waste more time than you had saved with most of the sword climbing that you had done. So if you're going to go for that technique, you want to make sure you don't mess it up at all. It can also reduce your ninpo count for the boss, which he accidentally did. He accidentally threw an Art of the Firewheel while climbing. This will put him 1 shot behind during the boss fight. So Ohon pioneered this trick. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. He got the ridiculous quick kill on the Act 3 boss. Very cool. Ohon was the first person to figure that out, to kill the boss in 1 cycle earlier. It's tough to explain why, but after you use a ninjutsu, kind of like when you slash, it forces you to wait for 20 frames, but you can still press forward or backward and sort of moonwalk while in the throwing animation. So what he does when entering that fight is to use 2 Arts of the Firewheel while moonwalking forward and then jump and slash the boss before he lands, because the boss is invulnerable when he's on the ground. And then commence a series of cancelled Art of the Firewheel shots, 3 more, I think, to actually defeat the boss in 2 cycles. Very nice. 4-1 is a very difficult platforming stage as well. You'll see Ohon utilizing this Invincible Firewheel upgrade, which is a usable item, unlike Ninja Gaiden 1. It's beautiful 4-1 as well. The hazard in 4-2 is, of course, the water currents and the waterfalls. Ohon will want to keep Art of the Fire or Invincible Firewheel until the end of this stage. Very nice, manipulating the position of that bird to boost onto the second platform there. You can boost up to the third platform slightly earlier, but Ohon quickly identified that his setup was not quite right and went for the backup setup, picking up that health for safety. Still on quite good pace. And that's the last invincible fire wheel. He'll trade that out for, I believe, the windmill shuriken in order to defeat the boss more quickly. 202. No major mistakes so far. Moving into 5-1, it's a very short stage, but extremely intense. A lot of difficult tricks.
Hello there.
I would say this is the most difficult stage in the game. Hey, Sinister 1, what's up, man?
Sorry to be late, but better
cool.
late than never, right?
Yeah. Just in time to see Mr. Ohon destroy this game.
Yes, indeed. You've been doing marvelous commentary in the short time that I've been here, so...
Oh, thanks, man.
Please go on ahead. If you could just tell me which, are they on 1, 2, 3, or 4?
He's on 4.
4. Okay, thanks.
Yep, he just wrapped up 5-1. You saw him clipping over the top of some of those, some of the walls there. That's actually really precise to do. There's so much going on in such a short period of time. I can't explain all the mechanics, but he nailed all of the wall clips. Swapping out his Art of the Fireball for the Fireball. Fireball's first appearance in this game was not in the first game. Now,
This is one of your favorite stages here.
yes. So,
Ice physics.
yeah, for some reason, I think like in speedrunning, ice physics can... he's at 1 HP right here.
Oh. Apparently not Ohon's favorite stage, though. I can't stand this stage. I don't know how you like it so much, man, but you definitely have fun with it, that's for sure.
Well, the thing about it is, of course, you slip and slide around like crazy, but that means you can slash your sword while standing on the ground without really losing time.
Right, that's one of the main advantages. Is just the physics are different, which is nice. It's a nice addition for this game, I'd say. You know, having a little bit to do with physics, as in Ninja Gaiden 1. Obviously, there's not that going on.
Yeah, it adds a little bit more dynamic, dynamic technique to the game, having all the stage hazards, using them to your advantage. So Ohon took out Ashtar, luckily in one cycle. Unfortunately, he only has one shadow clone for the boss kill. So he was doing considerably less damage than possible.
But thankfully, it's still a 2-cycle regardless, even with not having the second, which he'll get shortly here, probably right here, since we're in Act 6. Act 6 is a little bit of a break. There it is. Nice little break before Act 7 when things get really hectic.
Right, yeah, these are really short stages. Nothing, as long as you memorize where to jump, there looks, especially in 6-2, it looks like there's a lot of stuff going on, but you just time your damage boosts in just the right spots.
He's going to have to take it a little safe here because of taking that extra damage, so you can see he used that fire wheel. That was actually really definitely maneuvered there by him.
Yeah, good improvisation.
Job.
And he wants to position himself so that his shadow clones will still hit the boss while... The shadow clones were actually underneath the ground, even though you couldn't see them.
Right, and you notice he didn't use any extra fire wheels there because he probably wasn't sure how many he had at that point. You want to use all your Ninpo if you can. I'm not sure if Ductus covered that, but just for the fact that it does get counted down at the end of the stage. So now we're going to get down to business here. 7-1 and 7-2, pretty brutal stages.
Okay, this room in particular, watch his technique. There's many ways to approach this room, and they're all very difficult, but okay, let's see what he does. Boosts off the mortar there. Switches to Art of Fire, boosting up to the top of the stairs, very nice. Very
nicely done. Yeah, that has been the standard way I've seen Ohon do that, and then most people have been copying that technique.
Right.
Certainly seems to work the best.
Also, in beginning Act 7, you want to start managing your health quite a bit. Ohon strats in 7-1 were really fast, and he still didn't take very much damage, so he should be in really good shape here.
Yes, and there are some health pickups along the way in case things get hairy, but the main thing is just keeping your shadow clones and Art of the Fire Wheel, because if you don't do that, then you're going to lose a lot of time on bosses. So, tricky area coming up right here.
Okay, the suicide drop. I like it. He's going to grab this health. boosting off the axe, very nice. Oh, and in addition to having Art of the Firewheel and your Shadow Clones, you want to have 100 Ninpo entering the boss door.
Minimum is 96. You're going to use
96.
8 for Fire Wheel, so in most situations you're going to have 100 though.
It's practically a perfect 7-2.
Oh, going for a variation on the boss strat there.
Yeah,
Not sure if
this is
that
Ohon's.
worked out how he wanted it to.
Yep, I believe I've only seen Ohon do this strat where he slashes his sword during the first cycle.
Right, so he's still
Right.
okay with 52. He is going to have 1 less Fire Wheel for the final boss, but that's inconsequential.
Right. And unlike Ninja Gaiden 1, in between the boss battles, you'll keep your ninjutsu, so he's still able to use Art of the Firewheel.
Which does make the final
let me
boss
know
rush a
time.
bit tribute.
Okay. Sadly, he was not able to get the quick kill on the head form of that. It's just with a precise Art of the Firewheel shot and sword slash, you can kill it really fast.
Nice job on the heart, though.
There it is. Yep. Very good sword canceled
Right.
attacks there.
And time.
9.
11:07.
Very nice.
Good stuff.
Very, very nice. That was with the death too. He had that death in
5-2, yeah.
5-2. If he didn't have that, that would have been sub 11 by a very good margin. So, really nice run. He recovered nicely. Very clean execution overall.
Yeah, and I believe Sinister One can tell you that it's very difficult to go from Ninja Gaiden 1 to Ninja Gaiden 2 back to back.
Absolutely.
It's not easy.
Yeah, I've had to do that in marathons before, and it's tricky just for the fact that there are some slight variations in edges, and you can run off an edge in Ninja Gaiden 2, whereas in Ninja Gaiden 1 you wouldn't run off the same edge. Hitbox of the sword is a bit different, so it can be a little bit taxing. I didn't see how the Ninja Gaiden 1 run went.
It went masterful. It was amazing. 12:05.
12:05.
Oh yeah.
Wow. So yeah, if you guys don't know, I'm sure Duckfist has mentioned, but this fine gentleman is going to be at AGDQ.
That's right. He is.
He is going to be in the relay, and I mean, he could probably, I'm sure if he knows Ninja Gaiden 3, he could probably be his own team if he wanted to. He's that good.
The world versus Ohon. Yeah, I'd still say it's stacked.
But as it's slated right now, he'll be taking on Dexter in Ninja Gaiden 1, and they'll be kicking things off.
Oh god.
Yeah, Dexter was able to see his Ninja Gaiden 1 marathon play firsthand just moments ago. So.
Hey, Dexter is no slouch. I've
That's
seen
true.
Dexter.
I have the eye of the tiger, man. I have the eye of the tiger.
You do, you do. I have some ideas too about this race. We'll have to speak at some point.
Yeah, sure.
Got some
of
secret
course.
tech.
Hey guys,
Apparently Ohon too.
Mr. Rich, what's up, man?
can you hear me good?
It's a little bit quiet, but we can hear you.
Yeah, 'cause I swapped